This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Give them a call, 727-9900. News is also brought to you by Desert View Hospital. You can count on us.
Welcome to News 25 here on KPVM TV and Ace Country Radio. Today is Wednesday, January 11th. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. Well, District Court Judge Kim Walker held a special premiere for the Lifetime movie that's based on the judge that travels across the county to administer justice, Kim Walker. The movie, produced by Reba McEntire in coordination with Pahrump Pictures, is available now to enjoy.
I got bursitis. This is as far up as they go.
You got any idea how fast he was going?
Speed on pegs at 90, so getting an accurate read after that's a no-go.
Over 100!
Reba McEntire is one of the executive producers, and she's just done an outstanding job. She is very entertaining. It's really riveting.
It is.
I think this is the show, but hopefully there'll be either a series or there'll be a subsequent movie. She is having a premiere party, and although I've never met her, I've talked to her on the phone, and I've texted with her pretty frequently. Absolutely, absolutely. She's hit the nail on the head. It starts off, she gets picked up. I got picked up on the first day I traveled. I just love it. Absolutely excellent.
You got a license, lady? Kim Wheeler.
She was going to come to Nevada, but scheduling didn't allow it, so I'm not sure where it was shot. Yes, it's called The Hammer.
It's been fantastic. Judge Kim has been so great. It's just a remarkable story, and it just shows her tenacity. I just love it. It's a fantastic character, and anybody who knows Judge Kim knows that this is just so great. Yeah, it's based on a lot of great information, so much fun to watch and funny, and you just gotta, who else could do Judge Kim? Reba McEntire, come on.
Oh, this is just wonderful. This is really fantastic. Well, first of all, Reba McEntire, I mean, how can you go wrong with Reba McEntire? But the story is fantastic. And I think something that should have been said and is being said, so it's really, really great.
I think it's fabulous. Beautiful footage. The characters are great, and they really capture the imagery of Judge Walker. The energy, the mannerisms, the verbiage, it's fabulous. I think it's beautiful for Nye County and also Pahrump and Tonopah, and I think the public and even the nation will enjoy this film.
And by changing situation, you mean working for a woman?
Well, Denny's restaurant on Highway 160 sustained a broken window on Monday morning from a vehicle that reportedly struck that building before they opened. The Nye County Sheriff's Office is investigating that crash. There were additional reports that a car described by a witness as a silver Cadillac may also have struck other businesses in that shopping center around the same time. If you have any information, you can call the Nye County Sheriff's Office at 775-751-7000. And no injuries reported as a result of a single vehicle crash on Tuesday afternoon on Jane and Quarter Horse. That's according to Fire Chief Scott Lewis. The white vehicle went off the roadway and up into a large embankment. The driver fled the scene of the crash shortly after. If you have any information, you can always call the Sheriff's Office and remain anonymous at 775-751-7000. Well, News 25 caught up with our newly elected Sheriff Joe McGill and his Undersheriff Bill Beck, who talks about the new job as Sheriff and Undersheriff. In this part 2 of our 3-part series, Sheriff McGill talks about staffing Academy patrol vehicles, staff morale, and other decisions made inside the office and that they are discussing at this time. Undersheriff Bill Beck talks about deputies doing their jobs, detention, crisis intervention for officers.
Right now, we do have open positions. We are planning to get a post academy on. We're hurting for vehicles right now. We've got a lot of old vehicles. We're driving patrol cars right now on the street that we can't even buy parts for anymore because they're so old. They have reordered vehicles I believe that they're due to arrive in about 2.5 to 3 months. I've already had several deputies and employees approach me and say, it feels so much better. They're so much happier. And in order to do that, we're going to continue showing respect to our employees. We're going to empower employees. We're going to empower the decision making at the appropriate level. And that was one email that I put out last week, was about the fact that we're not going to necessarily micromanage everyone and everything all the time like they say they have been feeling. We want people to make the appropriate decision at the appropriate level. And if that means the patrol deputy making the decision to arrest somebody or do a search warrant or something like that, as long as it's legal, moral, ethical, and within policy, I want them to make the proper decisions. It's going very good. Dave has welcomed us with open arms. So his assignments have changed a little bit, but it's going really well. It's been made clear to the department that myself and Under Sheriff Becht are going to maintain an open door. The chain of command needs to be followed in that if you have a complaint, you need to bring it to your direct supervisor. And if your direct supervisor can resolve the problem, then the problem is resolved, right? It doesn't need to come all the way up to the sheriff, and it doesn't need to go all the way through internal affairs process. Let's try to resolve it at the lowest possible level. More prudent to have them under the sheriff's office rather than under the county and under the animal shelter supervision. Budget is, we are right on line where we should be for this time of year. I'm real happy with how it's been reported to me and the documents that I've seen so far. So I think we're doing really well budget-wise.
The whole idea that people are allowed to do their jobs, we want them to do their jobs. Have fun doing their jobs. It's not all serious work, you know. Well, you know, it's the jail.
Yeah.
Nobody's happy about being in jail, including employees a lot of times, because they're locked inside. They have no sunlight, no fresh air, really. You know what I mean? Patrol officer, he gets done handling a call, and he's gone. You know, he goes out and he patrols and things like that, and he's not involved with those people again. You know, one of our inmates has a problem or a personal matter. The deputy helps him, but 2 minutes later, he's seeing that inmate again, you know, so there's no escaping that kind of thing. Yeah, we have some crisis intervention things going on and techniques to help officers and so forth. We've had that forever and a day.
And News 25 will return after this break.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on. This segment of the news is brought to you by Sunset Valley Pools. For quality service and supplies, call 775-513-4114.
Well, right before we went to break, we had a power surge here at KPVM TV, and we are getting reports that Walmart has no power at this time. We're trying to get an update for everybody as soon as possible onto if there's any other locations affected by a power outage. And we'll, of course, keep you posted throughout the broadcast. Will police locate 2 stolen vehicles in a casino RV park?
A stolen recreational vehicle and a pickup truck are located by Nye County Sheriff's deputies at the Saddle West RV Park. On January 4th, detectives responded to a report of a stolen white 2005 Alpha Sia fifth-wheel trailer in an RV park off Highway 160 and Dandelion Street. Officers arrived and began their investigation. Officers report that the vehicle identification number on the trailer returned stolen out of the Nye County Sheriff's Office on February 26, 2021. Police made contact with an individual identified as Devin Traster, who said he was given the trailer by a guy named Bob, but did not know his last name. Located next to the trailer, officers state that there was a white 2005 Ford F-350, which was also returning stolen out of Riverside, California, as of April 26, 2022. According to the declaration of arrest, the victim in this case reported to police someone had stolen his trailer from the Saddle West RV park in February of 2021. Inside the trailer, officers said they located a .22 caliber semi-automatic rifle that the suspect claimed was his. Police say that Traster is prohibited from owning a firearm. Devin Traster was placed under arrest and is facing charges of possession of a stolen vehicle, grand larceny, and owning or possessing of a gun by a prohibited person.
And we do have an update on the Walmart power outage. We did get from several shoppers there that they are temporarily closing until that electricity and power can be restored. Well, a Pahrump man is arrested facing multiple sex assault charges.
Local authorities first responded to a call for service in Pahrump regarding a child sex assault on November 11, 2021. During their investigation, officers learned that the suspect allegedly tried sexually assaulting a 10-year-old female the night prior. According to the declaration of arrest, the child told police that around midnight, the suspect called her into the spare bedroom and placed her on the bed. The child told deputies the suspect, later identified as Jonathan Mitchell, removed both of their pants and then began to sexually assault the victim. In late December of 2022, the child was with her family when they almost had a run-in with the suspect in public, and the child informed her family that she was ready to talk about what happened. According to the arrest report in February of 2022, the suspect was arrested for violently raping his wife throughout the night while heavily intoxicated. That alleged crime is still pending. Officers arrested Mitchell on January 7th of this year and transported him to the Nye County Detention Center for the alleged crimes of sex assault against a child under 14 and child abuse as a result of sexual abuse.
And the Board of County Commissioners have decided to put a stop to commercial-sized solar facilities attempting to build in residential neighborhoods. Planning Director Brett Wagner brought the item before the board.
A new bill was proposed to remove permissive use commercialized solar projects on residential property in Pahrump.
Permissive uses, which is 17.04.210, it had in there solar photovoltaic facility 20 megawatts maximum. So we have just removed that as a permissive use. So it's no longer allowed in any case. In residential, anyway. What this does is this removes it. It was a permissive use for a commercial sized solar project in a residential zoning, which was RH 9.5. No other zoning district, residential zoning district allows for any kind of commercial scale. When you're referring to solar for a home, I mean, you're 1 megawatt, 2 megawatt. So it is not of this size. This is for commercial scale projects only. And as far as the Valley Electric, it is not on a residential zoned property. So it would not affect it, or even if it was today, it would be considered grandfathered because that was approved many. But what this does by removing this takes the possibility for anybody to even apply for a commercial sized solar project on a residential property. So we couldn't even bring forward an SUP, a special use permit, to the board for one to even be proposed or zone change for that purpose.
No, but I'd like to make a motion and make sure that people understand we're just talking about not taking the ones away from homes. This is for large scale projects. So just want to make sure everybody understands. So again, I'd like to make a motion to adopt the county bill number 2022-19.
Second, and request a friendly amendment that takes effect January 23rd, 2023. That is my request. Did you modify?
Amend my motion to add that in.
Thank you, Commissioners. If there's no further discussion, I'd like to call for the vote, please.
Aye.
Aye.
Moskovich is aye.
Paraboni is aye.
5-0.
And Valley Electric Association has confirmed that there are 75 members currently out of electricity right now. Their power is out in the Walmart shopping center. We do have somebody on scene right now checking to confirm that as well, and VEA crews are en route. News 25 will return in just a moment.
You're watching News 25. Brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on.
Well, the Fire Academy in Las Vegas trains firefighters to be prepared for all types of situations. The city of Las Vegas produced this video to tell us about this elite training program.
These recruits are going through some very intense training exercises, hoping to become the next firefighters for Las Vegas Fire and Rescue.
There's anywhere to prepare for it.
The recruits have been training for about 3 months and have about 3 more months to go before finishing with this academy.
PT, change the pace, going from one thing to another, and always be vigilant. You just have to be in it.
There's no doubt these recruits are all in and giving this academy all they've got.
At this point with the recruits, what we're starting to engage them with is becoming a thinking firefighter. So no longer are we doing just standard step-by-step tasks. We're starting to move them into more complicated situations that's going to allow them to be more efficient once they hit the floor.
One of the toughest trainings for the recruits is making it through this confidence course that's filled with many obstacles and challenges. They have to do this while blindfolded.
Stay low. Good. It's a chair.
The confidence course is a true physical and mental test of ability. The course simulates a firefighter getting stuck in a bad situation, such as a building collapsing, where they would have to work their way out, maneuvering around objects, crawling, and fighting through low visibility.
Now rotate your left arm towards the ground.
The academy is not easy, and the recruits are pushed to their limit mentally and physically every day.
This is an earned rite of passage.
Well, running to the top of the stratosphere, for us, it's not torture. It's, for Las Vegas Fire and Rescue, it's a rite of passage. Every academy has done it. All of our crews, when they go to the floor, they keep doing it. So you never stop.
Recruits in every academy are required to climb 180 flights or 1,455 stairs all the way to the top of the stratosphere while dressed in full gear.
For me, it's keeping all the steps in place. I love physical things. I always see it as a challenge, especially the strat. And it's a kind of metaphor for everything. Like we made it to this step, but there's still 100 more floors to go. We got to keep progressing. We hit the standard, but we need to go better. And making sure we remember all that stuff that we did before, our foundation as we progress, and then just the physical things. Pulling the 2.5 is heavy, and that's all of it.
Along with intense drills and training, the recruits are expected to pass extremely difficult physical benchmarks. And some of the training ahead for these recruits includes spending time in the flashover chamber to see the progression of an actual fire. They'll train to know what to do when flash flooding hits our city, and they'll learn to be defensive drivers and how to extricate victims in vehicle crashes.
We're looking to hire as many people as we possibly can, but we also want them to be the most successful and the right people for our department, because we need good people out there serving the community.
There's just more work ahead. As far as my state of mind, this is going to be the easy part. When we get to the floor, that's going to be the hard part. This is preparation for that, and they're trying to get us prepared for it. But just like before Academy, we couldn't get prepared for this before. They're trying to get us prepared for the floor, but we still have no idea. And it's a new beginning, and where it's not over. It's just beginning again.
If you would like more information and are interested in a career with Las Vegas Fire and Rescue, you can visit our website at lasvegasnevada.gov/firejobs.
And libraries across the state are offering a one-day free park pass to Nevada state parks.
Nevada State Parks is excited to announce the launch of the Library Park Pass pilot program, available at public libraries throughout Nevada. The Library Park Pass provides public library card holders in Nevada a way to gain free entry into all of Nevada's 27 state parks. The pass allows visitors a free day use permit that grants one vehicle with fewer than 8 people entry to a park. The pass also covers museum fees at the parks, but does not cover boating or camping fees. Library card holders can check out the pass for a 1-week period at their local library. Federal, regional, or other public lands like Lake Mead National Recreation Area are not covered by the pass program. To view the list of exciting recreational opportunities available at Nevada State Parks, visit parks.nv.gov.
And as you heat your homes this winter, it's important to make sure you're taking the right precautions to help prevent carbon monoxide poisoning. According to the CDC, roughly 50,000 people in the U.S. go to the emergency rooms every year for it.
What carbon monoxide does is it displaces oxygen in your blood. So if you're exposed to carbon monoxide, it is odorless. It is clear. You will not know that you're being exposed, but it can cause you to have deprived oxygen to all of your body tissues.
Dr. Thomas Waters is an emergency medicine physician for Cleveland Clinic. He says the most common symptoms of carbon monoxide poisoning include headache, dizziness, lightheadedness, nausea, and vomiting. With significant exposures, you could collapse and go into cardiac arrest. So what can someone do to help prevent carbon monoxide poisoning? Dr. Waters says, first and foremost, it's important to make sure you have working detectors in your home. Things like your furnace and water heater should be serviced annually. And don't forget to clear out debris from vents and flues too. Finally, if you plan to heat your car in the garage door needs to be open.
Anywhere there is combustion going on, whether it's from a heater or an oven or a engine that's running, other areas you can see it are in, garages where there's engines, welders, different occupational hazards, is where you can see carbon monoxide accumulating within the home.
And Dr. Waters says if you are experiencing carbon monoxide poisoning, you should go to the hospital and get checked out. You can also have your local fire department come out to see if there's a carbon monoxide leak in your home.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
And we are taking a look at Mount Charleston. It's beautiful out there. We do have an update about the outage and your weather when we return.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios and worldwide on the local BTV app. That app you need on your phone today. Get some help. Put it on there. It'll be great. I can stop talking about it. Out in Fernley, Fallon, Carson City, and Tonopah, they're stuck about 37 degrees. Winter storm warnings, icy road conditions. If you're heading north, watch out. Well, I guess Fallon got 41. Good for you out there. 38 when you hit Goldfield. Beatty, 49 degrees. Amargosa and Las Vegas tied at 53. And Death Valley, a super pleasant 62. But here in the paradise of Pahrump, let's take a look at 50 degrees and rejoice. Look at this, 2 days in a row. The Hot Spot Award winners is Pahrump. 54 degrees was our high today. Winds out of the west and southwest to 4 miles per hour. Sun rose this morning in all its glory, hope, and promise for a new day at 6:55, extinguishing all hope at 4:48 this evening. We did pick up a couple more minutes of daylight, and we do like that trend. A low tonight at 35 degrees. Not too bad. Humidity at 68%. Almost smells like rain tomorrow, but no. Tomorrow and Friday, probably the best days all week. Temperatures up 58, 60 degrees by Friday. A lot of sunshine in the sky, and then watch out. Here comes Saturday. 76% chance of rain. It's going to get wet. That wind's going 14 miles per hour. That's a little bit of a whip, isn't it? We might see some extra gusts in the 20s and 30s. Sunday looks like it backs off a little and regains strength on Monday with this wet weather. Temperatures end up the week about 51 degrees, and hopefully next week we'll see a complete cessation of the rain, back to the sunshine and the things we love. All right, let's make some plans. Back to the desk. Here's Deanna.
Okay, so we do have an update on that power outage that is happening. According to our reporter, Rory Roselle, who is on scene right now, Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies and Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue are at Nye Communities Coalition off of West and Dahlia Street, where a vehicle was doing donuts in the parking lot and struck a power pole. And VEA crews are currently on scene. We'll see you tomorrow night. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.